That bitch uh used to cheat when we played volleyball or whatever, or whatever. And you have your reminiscent moment about it, but it wasn't traumatizing. You wasn't telling no stories like, oh yeah, she made Marilyn commit suicide because she kept cheating. It wasn't never that serious. It wasn't never that serious. Some people didn't even remember, all of that. They just remember probably the good times, how good, like me, how good I was. I don't even remember like no. It just was never no life or death matter. Okay, I do remember that girls used to get mad and jealous of you if you was really good and try to, team up against you and try to get the people that's um, uh, um, turning the rope. They would try to get the people on their side to help them cheat against me because I was good. So, and my sister was good too. And me and her, we used to compete with each other. And that's how we were so good. And they didn't know the reason we were so good is because um, we used to, when they wasn't around, we was still practicing. And we was still competing with each other even when they wasn't around. And so we was getting better, and better because we both was like challenging each other, okay? And we would get our other family. We had a lot of family members, cousins and stuff, and we all lived in the same house. We called it the big house, this 3-story house in New Jersey, and we called it the White House, and it was a big house. We called it the White House, okay? 3 stories and a basement. And 3 stories up and 1 story down. That's what the point is. And they call it in northern parts, they call it a basement. But it had a ground level floor that was habitable. It wasn't just a basement, it was habitable, okay? And it was below the ground, but it was habitable space. It wasn't just like a duck space, okay? So anyway, because it's a difference in that type of basement that's just a duck space and and kind of like a bunker type uh, situation, okay? Like a wartime or like when it's real bad storm shelter, sort of. Like that's how it was built, like more like a storm shelter. And so anyway, um, what did I get ready to say? Since we had a lot of cousins, and stuff like that, we would, get people that was willing to hold the ropes for us. All right. And so when you challenge other people in the neighborhood, okay, perhaps they didn't have that kind of family structure where they had, a lot of them to, help out and learn and this and that and do that. I don't know what their situation was. We didn't know them. They were strangers. They would come to our neighborhood and challenge us. And it wasn't like no school event or anything like that. It was just spontaneous, um, interact